This is documentation of a strange encounter that happened to my father. This was years ago when his dad passed away, which would be my pop-up. So, I don't know if any of you have ever gotten phone calls from the deceased or not, but this is what happened. I know now it's completely different. I know now there's AI, people can be tricked, they can use a database of algorithms to take this person's voice and call you, but back then this was not a very likely scenario. So he passed away in 2013, and he had stayed in the hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. He lived here in Tennessee, but went to the hospital down there in Birmingham. They monitored his heart and everything, and he had this pacemaker put in where it would always go off and jolt him every single time. He would have had a heart attack, but instead he didn't die. He just kept living because it would bring him back to life. But he had 13 or 14 of them in like one day. Well, they took him down there to that hospital. They said that's where they had to take him. They life flighted him, and he was down there in that hospital. And later he had passed away, and he wanted to go peacefully. He was tired of constantly having these heart attacks, and he knew what happened, and then he slipped off. That was that. But personally, I don't know. I think I would have done things a little differently, but that was their decision. That was their choice. It was the decision of him and my Nana. But anyway, the thing is, he had passed away in that hospital. And not too long afterwards, my daddy gets a call from a room in that hospital. And he still won't talk about it to this day. He will not bring it up. If you bring it up, he won't talk about it. And this is what happened. He gets a call while he's on the road, and it's from that hospital, from the room. And it was in the room, I believe, that Pop-Up was in. And he said, "Come and get me out of here." He called my daddy and said, "Get me out of here. I'm in the hospital, get me out of here." And he never talked about that. Daddy received a phone call, seemingly from his deceased father, from his dad saying, "Get me out of this hospital. Get me out of here. I want to go home." And that was after he passed away. And he doesn't talk about it. He hasn't talked about it much but once, and we discussed it, I think, once. But he never talked about it again. That was weird. It was very weird. He never talked about that again. I've had scenarios that others wouldn't believe. Like when my granny passed away, and on my mama's side, my granny, we were very close. She was spiritually connected. I was spiritually connected. And when I leaned in to kiss her when she was in the casket, I got statically shocked. I got a static shock from her cheek, which is not normal if the person is deceased for you to get a static shock of electricity, but I did. We get home, all of the dolls' heads are turned in her bedroom, and they're turned toward the window like she's gone. Her TV quit, just blew. Her phone in that bedroom quit. The radio went out. Everything of hers in that bedroom went out. Stopped working. But that phone call, that was very strange. And I've never shared that here, I don't think. All right. Signing out. Story from the story time.